So good evening. So good evening. Um, Whack man, come on, what kind of comments that, bro? Jesus Christ. I hope everyone's having a wicked Friday night. Hope everyone's had a wonderful week. We have got a game on Sunday against Manchester City. Two teams that have struggled massively this season. We're way down the table, and they're miles away from winning a back-to-back title. I wouldn't say it's going to be an easy game because we're crap. Let's be real, and we're actually miles worse than them. So I'm kind of not confident. I will be doing my preview tomorrow for that, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. But the reason I wanted to do this stream is there's loads of reports out there that Arteta there's little quotes out there that he'd be honoured to take the job. It'd be over the moon to come to Arsenal as the manager, etc., etc. Obviously, the fact that we're playing Man City and he is a coach for Man City is he's basically the guy who puts the cones out for Pep and just sits looking like he's pretending to do something, looking at a clipboard. Basically, he don't really do a great deal from what I can see on camera. Obviously, we don't get to see behind the scenes very often, but the fact that we're playing them means that he's obviously going to come back to the Emirates. Obviously, as we know, he used to play for us. For me, he weren't a very good footballer. He should never have been captain of Arsenal Football Club. He couldn't even get in the team when he was captain. But everyone knows my thoughts on him and if he becomes manager, I'm fully on his case straight away. I don't want him. I do not want him here. And the reason I'm asking this is because obviously we're playing them on Sunday. So if he is going to be the manager of this club, it ain't going to be announced until after the game, i.e. Monday, probably not Monday because Europa League draws on Monday. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, if that was the case. Also, Freddie Ljungberg on Monday said that it'd be nice if he could get some backroom staff, etc., etc. That still hasn't happened. So I'm thinking that, maybe they've got a manager lined up. If it's Arteta, then Jesus Christ, seriously, we are going so far backwards, it'd be unbelievable. But the fact that they've not appointed much backroom staff, I think there's only Mertesacker and one other guy whose name I can't remember. They're the only staff that he's really got with him, Freddie. So that would lead me to believe that they are going to replace Freddie and he's not going to get the job full time. Is it going to be Arteta? I mean, this guy was interviewed for the job before Emery got it. And I'm starting to worry that it is actually going to be Arteta. And he is Pep's bitch. But yeah, I'm starting to think it is going to be Arteta. And that's kind of worrying because I've said this so many times. Like, when you bring in a manager, that manager has to have the full respect from the group, all the players and everybody at the club. I don't think Arteta's got that. I've said, like, how is Mesut Ozil going to look at Arteta and go, yes, boss, no, boss, 3 bags full, boss? He didn't even do it with Emery. And Emery's got, nearly double figures for trophies. How is he going to do that with Mikel Arteta, who wasn't a very good footballer, has never managed a football team in his life? Then you look at other players in the squad. He's not the inspiring guy that you want leading us forward, is he? Let's be real. And I'm really worried it is going to be him. I am genuinely worried. And the fact that we're playing Man City, the fact that Pep's come out and said that he won't close the door, he can let him go. He don't mind if he goes to Arsenal. The fact all the little quotes keep coming out from Arteta's camp saying that it'd be an honour, he'd be over the moon, he really wants to manage and blah, 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 blah. I'm actually getting really worried. I genuinely think it could be him. I hope I'm so wrong, because if it is wrong, if it is him, then we're doomed. We are literally doomed. And if he wants to go and manage a club, cool, go and start somewhere lower down, because I don't want him to be the manager of this football club. He's done nothing in his career to warrant getting linked and interviewed to the job like he did last time before Emery got it, and then to be one of the red hot favourites. It depends on what bookmakers you look at. He is the favourite, and he has been for some time. And he's done nothing in his career to warrant all of the praise he gets. So many Arsenal fans, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's cool, and that's what makes football great, right? But so many Arsenal fans want Arteta as manager. And I'm just like, well, how have you come to that conclusion? How are you sitting there thinking that that is going to be a great move for this football club going forward? The players didn't even listen to an experienced manager in Unai Emery. So what makes anyone think that they're going to listen to him? They weren't playing for Emery. They downed tools last season for Emery. They downed tools this season for Emery. So what makes anybody think that Arteta is going to be the guy that's the shining light that's going to get us playing fantastic football, winning football, and taking us to glory. I genuinely do not get it. I've never got it. I don't understand why he was interviewed for the job when Wenger went. And it just makes no sense to me. ZW, thank you for your donation, mate. Appreciate that. Have a nice weekend, buddy. DJ Crane, you as well, mate. Thank you. Lee, what's sad about all this is that when the fans start chanting, "We want Arteta" during a game, a few days later, he will be manager of a.f.c. I've said it before, and I will say it again. We do have the muggiest fan base. That's not even up for debate. So, yeah. Why not Ancelotti? Says Angelo. Evening, Angelo. 3 bags, full bars. Well, yeah, listen, Ancelotti is my choice. I can understand why people don't want him, but when people are dismissing Ancelotti and saying they take Arteta or Freddie, it makes no sense to me. You know, I know the best CV isn't always the best person to go and do that job, but Arteta would still play Bellerin. He would still play Xhaka. He would still play Ozil. He would still play Socrates. You know, it just makes no sense. And the thing I'm looking at as well is the fact that we're linked with Marcelino. We're linked with Arteta. No, we're linked with these people that are friendly with Don Raoul, who is renamed Fraud Raoul until proven otherwise. And it is a cheap option. If we go for Arteta, it's another cheap option. And it's another one that the board can control, they can dictate to. And he's just basically then the bitch of Arsenal instead of being Pep's bitch. And I think we need somebody who's a little bit stronger than that. Somebody that's going to come in and revamp us and start dropping players that are not performing. I just watched a video before I come on here. And it was of Memphis Depay literally fist fighting in a chat after a Champions League game against Leipzig, fist fighting one of the ultras. Yeah, and that ultra went on the pitch and has been harassed, or a lot of them ultras have been harassing Marcelo, the centre back for Lyon, and they've been harassing him for a long, long time now. They came to blows, the fans and him, on a Champions League game at an airport in Lisbon. After they played Lisbon, it all kicked off and he ended up fist fighting, and then Memphis Depay's fist fighting. And this is what makes me laugh about our fans. It's like, you know, you can't stand there and call out a player on a YouTube channel because you're toxic. Right. Well, good luck going somewhere else. Like, good luck if you go over to France for Lyon, for example, Italy, with some of the ultras out there. Sporting Lisbon fans, their ultras turned up at the training ground and started kicking lumps out of the players last year. You know, literally physically beating them up. And it's just the way I see Arsenal. It's just nice. It's too nicey. You know, why can't fans have a say? Why can't fans have a moan and start slagging off the players if they're playing crap? Yeah, at the end of the day, these players are in a position of privilege playing for this football club, and they're also in a position where they're idolized by millions globally. Maybe not just one player, but as a total, they're idolized by millions of fans globally. Right now, at the same time, yeah, they called him a donkey. That's it, Osmo. Thank you. They run on the pitch, the ultras, with a sign, run up to Marcelo, the Lyon centre back, with a sign up saying, "You're a donkey. Get out of our club." And that's when Memphis Depay started switching and started kicking off. Right now, that's a bit extreme. It's a bit extreme turning up, beating them up, jumping on team buses to kick lumps out of the players. But at the end of the day, some of our players do need a kick up the backside. Some of our players are donkeys. I'm not saying run on the pitch and hold a sign up in his face, but it's always for the last probably since we've moved to the Emirates, or maybe it's a couple of years after that, it's been a nicey football club. I want nicey. I want us to be elite. I want us to be ruthless. And that's why Mikel Arteta should not be near this football club, because, again, it's everyone. And I know what's coming already. Oh, but he's got perfect hair. Fucking grow up. Yeah, seriously, I don't care what his hair looks like. He's not qualified to be the manager of Arsenal Football Club. He's done nothing to warrant the praise, the interview that he had, and all the links that he's getting to this job. I don't want a nice manager. I want a ruthless manager that's going to kick the backside of most of this squad and get them playing proper football. Whether that be boring 1-0 to the Arsenal and park the bus every week, or it be fantasy football and we win 2-3-0 every week. I couldn't care less how we win. Mikel Arteta is not the guy that's going to get us winning again. 100%. I will not be convinced until he goes and wins something, because like I said, he will come in. He won't command the respect off of the players because he weren't that great a footballer himself. How many number twos out there genuinely have gone on to be great managers? And I mean great managers, winning multiple trophies. Not that many. Yeah. So there's nothing to suggest that Arteta is suddenly going to be that guy because he's Pep's bitch. I don't get it. Evening to you, Rabba. Klopp has signed until 2024. Milner has extended until 2022. I see that. I see that, mate. I bet you're over the moon with that. And Milner's somebody that we could have done with. But again, our fans wouldn't have took that because he weren't the fashionable name. It's James Milner, the same as Jordan Henderson. I see that Adam Lallana's apparently leaving at the end of the season as well. I'd take him right now. He'd probably walk into our team as the best midfielder. And even he ain't that great. But yeah, let's read some more of these comments out. I didn't get a notification. Yeah, YouTube's moving mad recently, mate. I don't know what it's doing. It's just like, I don't know. Listen, drive the likes up for me. I would appreciate that. If it wasn't for the fans, these players wouldn't be nothing. Exactly, Mark. Absolutely spot on. And people can sit there and say you've got some level of entitlement. You feel you're entitled and this and that. No. These players take the mick and have done for years. Why can't me, you, or anybody else who supports a football club, when the fans are taking the mick, why is it it's only Arsenal fans that are not allowed to stick it on players? Yeah, I've seen it over the years growing up. Players have been abused left, right, and centre at other clubs. I remember Kevin Keegan having to come out when he was manager at Newcastle and front the fans outside St James's Park because they wanted to smash his face in. That was Kevin Keegan, one of the best English footballers of all time. Yeah, and he was standing outside St James's Park, apologising to the fans, saying, "I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to turn it around." They wanted blood, but as soon as Arsenal do it, oh, it's not classy. It's not classy. Yeah, well, who cares about classy? I couldn't care less how classy we are. Genuinely couldn't care. We haven't been a classy football club since Highbury. Let's be real. We haven't been classy since then. All we've had since then is the board, the managers, and everyone above lie to us. How's that classy? Oh, yes, just the little people down there. Don't worry about them. Yeah, so we'll just keep taking their money every week. Tally-ho. Yeah, load of crap. Yeah, we ain't classy. Classy isn't fighting with your own fans in the ground. Classy isn't booing your captain off the pitch. Classy isn't making a boué cry by cheering when he gets substituted. You know, classy isn't booing other players when they get the ball during a game. So when I sit on here and I cuss a player, I've never once booed a player at a football match. No matter how much I can't stand Ozil, I've always backed him when I've been at a ground. Yeah, after the game, I'll say what I want. Before the game, I'll say what I want. But when I'm at the ground and the whistle blows, every one of them gets my back in, no matter how crap I think they are. You know, so I'd never do that. And then, like, I just think that this classy stuff, it's a load of bollocks. Lee, would you rather a lifetime supply of Estrella or Carlo Ancelotti? Well, I can buy Estrella every day, mate, so I'll take Carlo Ancelotti right now. So thank you for that, mate. Hell no to Pep's boy. Exactly. Ancelotti should be the next Arsenal manager. He's a serial winner, won the Premier League and Champions League. He'd help steady the ship until a long-term replacement like Nagelsmann is available. There you go. Brian sums it all up. We had players who knew what it meant when we was at Highbury. As soon as we moved, that mentality has gone out the window. Spot on, Daniel. Was Wenger a good player? No. Was he a good manager for 10 years? Yes. Was he a crap manager after that? Yes. Had he managed a team before managing Arsenal? Yes. So if you're trying to compare that to Arteta, then nowhere near, mate. Good try. Thank you, Tay, for your donation. Appreciate that, buddy. Arteta is a fluke. Someone bring Arsenal into the real world. That's what we need. This is the thing as well that I've seen about like people saying that, oh yeah, but Ancelotti's Wenger part 2. Ancelotti's washed up. Ancelotti's this. Ancelotti's that. They've all said the same about Jose Mourinho. Jose is not washed up. Nowhere near washed up. And they will finish above us this season again. And they were below us when he took over. So he also managed Monaco and Nancy as well. He managed them as well. In fact, he actually got sacked from Monaco, or one of them. I think it was Monaco, because he nearly relegated them. Rampers 8, yeah. There we go. Arteta needs to go out there and prove himself. Exactly. He does. He needs to go out there. If he wants to manage Arsenal one day, cool. I admire his foresight and his ambition. I get that. That's cool. Fantastic. You've all got dreams and hopes and things that you want and goals that you want to hit, yeah? But to go from sitting next to Pep and doing basically nothing to let's manage one of the biggest football teams in Europe, nah. You got a graph for that, mate. Yeah, you've got a graph for that. That shouldn't come easy. So yeah, I don't want him. And like I said, he'll be the cheap option, and we don't need to have a cheap option. I've seen people saying about Ancelotti, he's only going to be a short-term plan. Yeah, cool. I'll take him for 18 months. Stick him on an 18-month contract, then find someone else. You know, these days of a manager staying for 20 years, they're done. Yeah, Wenger was the last of that. That is done. That ain't ever going to be seen again. Fergie and Wenger, never again. Yeah, you ain't going to see that 20-odd-year-old stretch for a manager. It's going to be a 2 to 5 year, and then they move on. You might get the odd manager here and there that do 7, 8, 9 years if you're lucky, but doesn't matter. And this is the thing, right? I don't understand why people think that if you're only at a club for a couple of years, you can't turn it around. Why can't you? You can change the mentality, you can change performances, league position, you can change training regimes, you can change absolutely everything, player personnel, backroom staff. We've changed over 80 members of staff at this football club since Wenger's gone. And that's what, 18 months ago? So if we can change 80 members of staff behind the scenes and training staff and backroom staff, then surely a manager can come in, change player personnel, change tactics, change all this sort of stuff inside 18 months as well and get us winning. I just don't understand like why people are so fascinated with this. Oh, but he's only going to be here for 2 years and then we'll have to change again. Well, who cares? Genuinely, who cares? Yeah, I'd rather have 2 years where the manager steadies the ship, gets us back up to that Champions League spot if we can get it, and then we go and find somebody that will then move us on for even further. And if that happens to be the same guy that's still there, then you give him another deal. If it ain't, you go and find somebody. But I don't know. Maybe I should be manager. I'd get rid of half of them, at least. Juventus bought 12 players in one window. There you go. So did Atletico Madrid, mate. They literally, I think they got rid of 10 and brought 11. So it can be done. I know they got big money for Griezmann, but they spent big money on João Felix. Yeah, but they still shipped out 10 players and still bought in 11. Juve bought 12 players. I think Juve did 10 the season before that as well, didn't they? So ain't stupid. So how does this sound, Lee? We need a manager who will throttle every one of those players and make them feel insignificant until they are significant. Nice one, man. Kroenke needs to spend. He's moving cheap. And he's married to the Walton. Well, yeah, he is minted. He is proper minted. I can't even lie. But listen, we did go and do the money in the summer. People can sit there and say, oh, well, the net spend was only 10 million. Who cares? We've got 140 million pounds worth of players and we've shipped out complete crap. Yeah, so it doesn't matter if the net spend was 10 million. Doesn't matter whether it was zero. Doesn't matter whether we were in profit. We still done 140 million pounds on better players than we got rid of. So that was an improvement to me. I don't, like I've said before, I don't believe that Stan Kroenke actually is the owner of this football club. I think it's Josh. And if it isn't Josh, then Josh is basically the general manager. Yeah, because he's the one that's more hands-on. Yeah, Stan will come over every now and again, but I think that Josh is the one. And when I listen to him, he talks a good game, Josh. I want to see him put that into practice now. He said the other day that he wants to reinvest more money and we want to go and get bigger and better. Let's see if we do that in January. Yeah, let's see if we go and do that in January. In fact, let's see if we do that with the next manager. Because like I said, if Arteta is that choice, we're done. We're finished. Just liquidate. Because we're going nowhere with Arteta. Literally, cheap option. They can have him on strings and just be the puppeteer and go, oh, yes, you're going to do this today, Arteta. And he'll go, oh, yes, boss, no worries. Yeah, don't want him. Vieira and Arteta are very strongly linked. Yep, exactly. And I don't want Vieira either. I'd take Vieira as a number 2 to a proper manager. I wouldn't take him as a number 1. I'd even take Freddie as a number 2 to a proper manager, not a number 1. Arteta, I don't want him full stop, whether he's a 1 or a 2 or a 3. No thanks. Don't want ya. Kroenke is checking his profit margin. Mate, he probably don't even know we're playing Man City on Sunday, to be fair. Arteta was shit. Evening, Kartik. Evening, if he... exactly, he's a very cheap option. Pep's bitch, no thanks. Vieira is doing good in France. He ain't doing that great, mate, to be honest. He ain't doing that great. Our first choice is Arteta. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. All the reports are leading to Arteta being the manager. And like I said, we've got the game against City. Pep's openly admitted that, yeah, if he wants to go, I'll let him go. Yeah, he's happy for him to go. They're not going to let him go when they're playing us. So I think that if that does happen, that's going to happen maybe next week. I'm not so sure it will happen, but everything's leading down the road of Arteta at the minute. Like I said, he was interviewed for the job last time round as well, which is just baffling. And we're going to find out when we do appoint a manager, the direction that this club want to go in. Because are they going to go down the route of somebody who's never managed before and it's a massive risk? Or do we go down the route of tried and tested, which is a smaller risk? And we're going to learn a lot about this football club when that manager's appointed. Obviously, Pochettino, he's still out there. Don't want him either. Why do we want their cast-offs that weren't ultimately good enough in the end for them? Again, he's never won anything. Don't want him. I want somebody who's actually won trophies. Rafa's won trophies. Ancelotti's won trophies. Allegri, Simeone, I know he's in the job still. But for me, I think Ancelotti, Rafa, I'll take both of them in a heartbeat. Both of them. Shambles, mate, might as well ask Wenger to come back. Like, it ain't that deep yet, bro. It ain't that deep. We need Tony Pulis, bruv. I'd take Tony Pulis and sort our defence out. Get him as defensive coach. Get him in. Get Big Sam in. If you watch Lee's streams, you won't know he don't want the past player as a manager. So why do people keep asking him about players? Maybe they missed the streams, Paul. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want an ex-player as manager. The board don't want Ancelotti. Don't understand why we're going with 12 candidates for interview. Get your man and go for it. Well, exactly, Angelo, right? And the funny thing is I think our man is now the man who's running Tottenham as manager. That's who they wanted. So, yeah, I think they decided to hang on to Unai Emery for too long. And that's why he's now the manager of Tottenham. Do drive the likes up. I would appreciate that. I appreciate nearly 450 of you watching on a Friday night. So yeah, do drive the likes up and follow the socials. They're in the link. The links are in the description. I'll get my words out in a minute. And I'm going to wrap this up in a minute as well. Do a couple more minutes and we'll get out of it. I will be back tomorrow. Daily transfer update, 7 o'clock as normal. And then 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock with the streams, UK time, obviously. Yeah, talking about 5 captains, Les, yeah? Right. The next manager who comes in needs to ditch that straight away. Yeah, it's not all about 5 captains. It's about 1 captain. You don't need to spam my chat, bruv. I'll read your comment. Would you take Chris Wilder to Arsenal? His team's compact in defence. That's because he's got better defenders than us, to be fair, Rev. No, I don't want him either. Don't want him. He looks good and he probably is a very good manager, but he's a big fish in a small pond again. You know, he also supports Sheffield United, so why would he leave? He's in his comfort zone. He's never going to get sacked from that club, not with what he's doing now. So why would he come to Arsenal? And this is the thing I've said before. He's flavour of the month. It was Brendan Rodgers. Now it's Brendan Rodgers is out the picture because he signed a new deal. It's Chris Wilder. Yeah, Chris Wilder might be doing well with Sheffield United. Fair play to him. He ain't good enough to manage Arsenal Football Club right now. Yeah, he's not the big enough stature and the big enough character for me to walk into that dressing room and command the respect of the players and be ruthless enough to drop certain players that are not performing. And that, for me, is why we need somebody who's managed massive football clubs. Somebody like a Rafa or an Ancelotti or an Allegri or a Simeone, because they will make the tough decisions. They will bench Granit Xhaka if he's playing crap. They will sell Ozil. They will get rid of Bellerin. Yeah, they will make the tough decisions. Chris Wilder will come in and go, oh, I'm managing Mesut Ozil. Yeah, no thanks. Don't want that type of manager. Not for me. Lee for Arsenal manager. I'd take it. I'd do it for free as well. Oh, I've upset a little Ozil team, mate. It's probably past your bedtime. Lee, keep hating on Mesut Ozil. You won't get anywhere for that. Stop gassing up other players for the team. Seriously, bruv. I ain't even reading the rest of your comments. Stop crying. Yeah, if I want to sit here and slag off Mesut Ozil every day, I will. The geezer is fleecing my football club out of £1.4 million every single month and does absolutely nothing. And little fangirls like you, bruv, yeah, sit there going, he's the best number 10, the assist king. Go and draw another pie chart and fuck off, mate. Simple, innit? Don't come back either. Do you think Martinelli will fill Aubameyang's boots? And I'm not so sure he will. If he goes on to have a career like Aubameyang in terms of goal scoring, Kevin, then we've got a very good player. Do I think he'll be here for much longer? Probably not, because we're crap. And if we don't fix up sharpish, he will end up playing for Barcelona very quickly. Mesut is the assist king. Well, he's not really, is he? Kevin De Bruyne's got that one, mate. And he's done it in 50 games or 45 games less in the Premier League. Oh, but he has better players around. Fucking turn it in, seriously. Every excuse in the book for one of the most overhyped players I've ever seen in 30 odd years watching football. He's got the best he's got the best PR game ever from any footballer I've ever seen. He's got so many little teenagers on strings. Yeah, you should have seen a proper number 10, Dennis Bergkamp. Ozil should have gone before Ramsey. I would have kept Ramsey over him, mate, definitely. And I don't really rate Ramsey that highly either. Would the league allow you to manage 2 clubs? Nice one, Dean. Thank you for your donation, mate. I'll have to have a word with the head of the FA, mate, and see if I can do it. Scully and Claude would do a better job than Arteta. They probably would. They wouldn't let the players get away with it anyway, that's for sure. We need a number 10 that's a threat going forward and will take shots on goal. Well, this is the thing, mate. We do. And if we're going to play with a number 10, then yeah, we probably should. So yeah, there we go. Why don't you go and work for Don Robbie at AFTV? Is that a trick question? Like, genuinely, is that like a trick question? You smoke one of Troops' blunts or something, bruv? Like, because I'm doing this. Robbie's doing his thing. Big up, Robbie. Should we get managers like Mick McCarthy or Sammy Lee? Mate, they'd be better than Arteta. I'd take them now. No players in January is my guess, says Tom. Evening, Tom. Kai Havertz all day long. We ain't getting him now, unfortunately. Any chance we can sell Ozil in the summer? Adam, we're never going to be able to sell him, unfortunately, because nobody will buy him, mate. It was no coincidence that nobody put a bid in for him when he was running his contract down. Yet Man City offered 60 million for Alexis with a year left on his contract. Why didn't they offer a 60 million for the best number 10 the world's ever seen? And on the wages that he is on, there ain't no club in world football going to pay for a 31-year-old 20, 30, 40 million plus 18 million a year in wages. No way, mate. The only way he's getting that is if he buggers off to China, which will probably do him a favour because it's a massive market over there, isn't it? And he can do his PR crap there as well. Maybe he can take half of the muggy fans with him as well. Right, listen, I'm going to wrap this up in 1 minute, 30 seconds. Do drive the likes up. 20 more would be sweet. That gets to 100. The person who gave him that contract is crazy, says Neil. Well, the 2 people that gave him that contract are no longer at this football club, mate, and good riddance. Can we pay someone to take Ozil? Well, this is what I said in the summer, yeah? He's going to have, what, about 2 years left on his contract come the summer? Just pay him £36 million to leave. That'd be the best transfer we can do in the summer, is pay him to leave. Pay his contract out, bye-bye. And then we can all move forward without hearing this, oh, he's the assist king. Ozil or Ibra? Bro, that ain't even a debate. Ibra's brilliant. Even now, I'd take Ibra. Do you rate anybody? Yeah, I do. I do rate players, Jamaican legends. Big up yourself. I just don't rate overhyped prima donnas that think the football club owes them something. Yeah, I do rate players. I rate Martinelli. Yeah, I rate Lacazette, although this season he's been absolutely crap. Absolute crap. I do think he's a good player. Other than that, who else in our team do I rate? Probably none of them. Probably none of them, mate. Guendouzi's all right. He's decent. Still needs to learn a lot, but he's good. He wants the ball all the time. But yeah, all the players that people want to hype up, I can't stand any of them. And all they're doing is taking liberties every single week on the football pitch and then getting picked again the following week. Yeah, it's not good. Brainwashing our football club. Jeremiah, listen, our fans are so easily swayed. It's unreal, mate. Yeah, it's just mad. It's a madness. You watch on Sunday, yeah, our fans will be sitting there. One Mikel Arteta I guarantee the chant going around the stadium will be saying about Arteta at one point in that game, and that sums up why we are a shit football club, because our fans will probably be sat there drinking skinny lattes, singing, "Oh, please, Arteta, we love you, Arteta, we do." How embarrassing! I guarantee that happens 100%. Same fan base, sung Olivier Giroud's name as he was coming onto the pitch for Chelsea. Really? This is the same guy that went 4 months without scoring a goal, yeah, and cost us a league title. Don't you rate Tierney? Oh, come on, that's wifey, baby. Tierney's quality. Willockley needs a loan. Right, listen, on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much to everybody who's watched live. Do drive the likes up quickly. 9 more of you would be great. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow, daily transfer update, and 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock tomorrow, I'll be doing my preview for the game. So make sure you tuned in for that as well. And 3 more likes. Come on, man. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. And we can get out of here. And I can go and cook up some more food because I am starving. Thank you very much. Love to all of you. Even the little Ozil teens, they probably need to go to bed now with their milk bottle and all that. Laters, peace.